One. Hicham, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Hicham, I want to jump straight to the point. I think what you're doing here is remarkable. So I want you to tell me and the audience about your background and why you decided to build Tipica.
Uh, Thank you, Antoine. My background, I started in 1994, like more than 30 years ago. So after that, I worked with big companies, IBM, Oracle, and around 2008, I started PhD in artificial intelligence, way before the buzz around ChatGPT and the AI. So, and after finishing it, I didn't do much with what I learned. So around when COVID started, I had to stay home for a couple of months because of COVID and all what happened. So then I decided to let's put in practice what I learned in PhD in AI. And I started showing like traction towards AI at that time, 2020, like 5 years ago. So at that time, when I started, I found it like that what I can build can be useful. We can talk about it later, especially with the my background coming from Morocco. So local AI and some things around how to build AI for our countries back home. So it was something like very close to my heart. So AI with my background, so it sparked the movement, and
Uh,
typically I started.
And so talk to us about the services and why you're building the company. What does it do?
Yeah, typically I started from a very basic idea how we can use AI to serve our background, cultural background. So 2020, before ChatGPT, before just the Transformer started, there were very few initiative on, for example, building models, language models for Arabic, even the standard Arabic, the that all Arabic words use for administration and stuff. But the dialects, it's not a dialect, it's the standard Arabic. So there were like few initiatives or few models doing that. So I asked myself, why not start building language models for Arabic and see how it goes. So and the idea, like the idea behind all this is building models because in Morocco we have the Darija, which is our dialect in Morocco. It's a mix of it's basically Arabic, but it's the pronunciation is different and a mix of words from French, Spanish, and Amazigh, and so it's our dialect, but for the administrations, we use French mainly and standard Arabic. So I was thinking building something for the administration, for the companies in Morocco that uses French or Arabic, but with the twist or the touch that not standard French built by French tech or Western tech trained on a French text like Jean-Paul and but mainly French that we can see in our Moroccan administrations, like text in French, but talking about Moroccan names, Moroccan places. Uh, so I tested it at that time Spacey. It's at that time it was a well-known AI tool, NLP tool, and I run it. I tested it against French text from Moroccan newspapers, and it missed a lot of. I tested it at that time for name a task called named entity recognition, recognizing names, location, and organization money within text, and it missed a lot of named entities, like even the money, the Moroccan money. Sometimes we put it in dirham, something in centimes, something,
Mhm.
and so I saw the opportunity that let's build it for Moroccan context, for the Arabic standard Arabic and French language for the Moroccan context, like with text from Morocco, written by Moroccans for the Moroccans. So yeah, so it started from there. I built some couple of models, and I built even a SaaS around it with the Oracle technologies on OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Uh, I partnered with NVIDIA startup program. I partnered at the time with Oracle program for startups, and yeah, so we started from there.
Hicham, the Arab world is a growing population. And do you feel like this area has been forgotten when it comes to technology, and or were there other players also trying that weren't going big enough or weren't going niche enough, like specifically Morocco? Do you feel like this Middle East and North Africa have been completely left out of the AI boom, and you're trying to give them the opportunity to join this new technological revolution, or do you feel like there are some tools, but they're not on par with the technology that you've worked with in Oracle?
Yeah, in AI ecosystem or AI field, there's a lot of research, even in the academic research done on what they called underserved languages. Like in the natural language processing field, NLP, there is uh, underserved uh, underserved languages. It's not the Arabic word or Arabic per se, but like a lot of African languages, Indian languages, Tamil. So there is a lot of people around the world or communities or countries that we can classify them as using in the category of use AI for underserved languages or underrepresented languages. For Arabic, standard Arabic, I would say not anymore, maybe because I see a lot of initiatives, very good initiatives in Emirates and in Saudi Arabia with the Vision 2030. A lot of money also flowing in the Arabic EI, I would say. But Morocco is very specific case because, as I said, we use standard Arabic for some administrations. Other administrations and company are more French oriented, and the locals or everybody else except administrations and companies like the Moroccans are using Darija, which is a third language. And sometimes we can start a conversation like in French, and in the middle it's Darija, and finish it with so and building for right now, building tools or AI tools for customers, AI-based tools that fully understand the region is very challenging, even for big tech like OpenAI. From time to time, I do some experiments, asking, prompting ChatGPT with very locally prompts, and it is getting better. DeepSeek, and it's getting better. It amazes me how better they are getting with our Darija. But still, there is a room for some specific AI tools that typical AI or another startup can build for the Moroccan context, because there is in AI not just LLMs. We can have some task-specific tools, AI-based task-specific tools, or AI-based NLP task that we can build knowing our culture, and with the deep knowledge or the Moroccan context, we can still startups can still build something meaningful for the Moroccans and for the Moroccan. And when I talk about Morocco, it's just an example of underrepresented languages, but the secret sauce that we can build, we can apply it for other countries. There is North Africa, there is Egypt, there is Lebanon, Syria, all the Arab world they have their own dialects. So we can, if we go deep enough into the research, applied research, and find the niche for dialects, the same secret sauce we can apply it for other countries.
Mm. Yeah, and I can attest that the language in Morocco is practically impossible for people like
No,
me, who
please.
is originally Lebanese. to understand the dialect. So I want the audience to understand that when we talk about different Arabic languages and dialects, it's really niche to that country specifically. So it's such a great initiative. But when you're building the company after a couple of years, what has been the most challenging part that you've been struggling with, or something, a different, or maybe a complicated event that you had in the beginning that you had to overcome building your company? Because you were always with these big companies surrounding you and doing PhDs. So when you build a company, I'm not sure if you were prepared for all the challenges that come with it.
I was not for sure when I started TPKI in 2020. For sure, I was not uh, expecting the ChatGPT phenomena
Um,
because at that time we were working on task-specific models. Like, for example, I talked about name entity recognition, sentiment analysis. I'm just talking about the NLP field, which is a branch of artificial intelligence, and not uh, visual models or audio, just natural language processing. So at that time, uh, people were working with and building task-specific models like, as I said, sentiment analysis, topic clustering, translation. Every task has its own model you have to train and you have to build data set for it, create a data set for it. So I was thinking that it's gonna go this way, and my models were gonna be like compared to even big tech companies. I was testing against them and evaluating they were better. So, but I wasn't prepared to the phenomena of ChatGPT, were like big, large language models that just with the prompt they can do. They are multitask, multi-language, multi everything, and now with the reasoning. So, but I'm happy. I'm happy with what happened. I was not prepared. At the very beginning, it was shocking for me, and I saw it like a struggle. Like everything I built till so far, maybe just collapsed under my eyes. And but when I started using those tools and saw the Ngoma, the population, I saw a very good opportunity actually, because before ChatGPT and before the boom of LLMs, I had to educate the market, like evangelize, educate why we could use. Yeah, even if you bring a use case, it was very challenging to show the value. So it was like we worked with .ai for years. Why now? Why? So with ChatGPT, like it did this work of evangelizing and educating the market, and everybody now, even maybe kids, even my kid talk about OpenAI, ChatGPT, blah blah blah, Claude, and all those big. So it is right now, I think, the perfect moment for TPKI to go and build something very niche, very specific, and we don't need to educate anymore because people can test ChatGPT and test our niche and specific solution, and they can try it for themselves, and they can see the value right now, even for customers, B2C, or for companies, B2B or administration. So I think it was at the very beginning, it was a challenge for me, a shock, but after that, I saw it like a huge opportunity.
I mean, it's amazing how it ChatGPT started as a tsunami of trouble, but you ended up using it to your advantage. And as everyone should. I mean, for any startup that aims to compete with big models, it's very difficult. So using them for your own purposes is probably the right way to go. Hicham, I want to ask you, did you ever consider, are you building the company alone or do you have a co-founder?
No, I'm sort of solopreneur.
Yeah, did you consider having someone with you? Because it's such a big challenge, and I know it's so passionate to you. Did you find other people that share the same passion, or were you ready to go at this all alone from the start?
Yeah, I have a lot of friends. I spoke about and pitched GPKI for multiple occasions to friends. And the problem I have, it's not I don't want. I know that having co-founders, it will make for me things easier. I can go faster. A lot of good things. The problem is a lot of my friends are like you, coming from different backgrounds, and they will not necessarily serve the mission of typical AI in terms of like serving Moroccan. So our motto is we are not trying to localize language models or big models. We want to build local AI. So this local AI for now, we are starting from Morocco, and I need a Moroccan co-founder. I don't want. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But at least somebody who shares the mission and shares the and really embraced it because it's part of it is tech and AI, and part of it it's culture and and roots, and so uh, so that's the first challenge. The second challenge is I can from years of experience of consulting, my work it was architect and building software. So for now, and with the AI, I didn't have to ask somebody to build something for me. So I build everything from scratch myself. But I can say that I can struggle in areas like sales or marketing, or so it could be uh, finding a co-founder that can help me with those areas would be a blessing for me. But again, we are going at our pace. We are not rushing to raise money and to burn it, iterating on different ideas. We are Typica AI is a research first startup, which is we are put a lot of effort and R&D trying to resolve problems before making out of them product. And we are not chasing the hype and investors. And so I'm trying to build something that I will be myself uh, satisfied with the outcome of it before pitching it to others. And I know it's not the how startups work by the book. We hear fake it until you make it, and it's totally not our our way of seeing how we have to build the startup. So again, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm wasting my time, but I'm pretty sure, I'm confident that this way we can build something meaningful for Morocco. It takes time to build local AI. It's as you said, there is competition. A lot of we don't have resources like for like big company they have. We are relying on our research, and it's our most valuable asset right now.
I mean, clearly there's passion behind this. You're not just doing it because of some financial benefit. This is something you want to achieve for Morocco and for other underserved languages. But I'm going to end with this a bit of a challenging question. So many, like we said earlier, so many experts have come up in the market right now, and so many new companies are popping up every day, AI companies left and right. How do you differentiate yourself in a field where every 2 days you have a new AI company, well, that is basically run by people who probably don't have the same experiences that you have? How do you differentiate yourself and say we are actually building something based on real experience? I have decades of AI research behind me. How do you navigate this?
Yeah, very good question, and very challenging because it was the question I was asking myself like all the time, challenging myself also. So that's why I think we are trying to bet 100% on the niche of Moroccan market, and to be Darija focused and 100% Moroccan culture native.
Isham, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. And I really hope this works because I think a lot of people around the world would benefit from people like you with your vast experience focusing on regions that have been forgotten.
Thank you, Otman, for reaching out. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thank you.